here. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I think we're streaming, and the audio should be fixed, but it's probably not. You know what I mean? Hey man, this fucking thing drives you. I'm telling you, it'll drive you absolutely insane. It will drive you insane. Alright, here we go. We're streaming, babies. We're streaming. So, what's going on, everybody? How are you? I'm going to edit this first part out once this thing is done so that it's a little bit shorter and sweeter. Alright, so let's start this off. First, we got a bunch of people in here. A lot of you, hopefully most of you, are new shop management subscribers. This video is an update for all of the new Print Life shop management software users. So I've had overwhelming response to my initial kind of soft launch, and I wanted to thank all of you for doing that because it's a big deal. I was super terrified just to put it out there, but I heard someone say that if you don't launch your first product and you're not 100% embarrassed, then you're not doing it right. So I was super embarrassed to launch it, and but now that it's out there, we're just dealing with it and working through the thing, and it's going to be sick moving forward. Now, there has been feedback, and there's been a lot of it, a lot of good, but some bad. The bad always tends to stand out in the head of to me because I'm the one that's dealing with it. So even I can hear 100 good things, I hear one bad thing, and I'm like, so. But because there has been so much feedback, and I have it coming at me from 1,000 different channels, I have it coming from Facebook, 2 different Facebook groups, 3 different Instagram accounts, my email, my phone, my website, the YouTube comments. I need to streamline all this. I didn't consider putting together a proper support channel. So as of right now, the only thing I could come up with is to put a form on the printlife.com. So if you're submitting any feedback of any kind, whether good or bad or just making a note, please go to the printlife.com and you'll see a menu item that says report. I don't know. It says, what the fuck does it say? I'll tell you right now. Yeah, it says report software bugs. So just click that menu, fill out the form, report the bugs, we'll be good to go. And that's really the main point of this here video, is just to make sure that everybody knows how to do that. A couple of more things to update you on. Number one, the initial setup pack that I gave you guys was pretty much, I cranked it out real quick when we were doing the first round of beta testers. So it's a little clunky. It's also a little outdated. I just didn't really consider putting a new one together. But I have since put a new one together. If you go to theprintlife.com, scroll to the footer, and you'll see a link for setup documentation. Use that as instructions for your setup because it's updated. And also, if I do make changes to the setup process, everyone will have access to the same live document. So use that for setting up the software. One more thing. Okay, we made changes to the software interface right before I had launched it, and because of that, I just launched it. I was just, hey man, I'm just gonna put this thing out there, and we didn't update the WordPress plugin. So what I'm recommending as of this point is do not install the plugin yet. Get the dashboard set up, get all the settings in there, get the thing functioning, report any bugs or problems that you're having. And then once we have all that ironed out, I'll do another video telling everybody, okay, now it's time to install the plugin and get that working. If your dashboard is set up and functioning properly, the plugin is extremely easy to set up. If you don't have the dashboard working properly, you're going to have problems with the plugin. So that's where we're at with that. Just hold off on setting up the plugin for the time being, okay? Anything else? I guess I'm getting a lot of questions, and I'm getting a questions right here. Do I need WordPress to use it? No, absolutely not. The system is self-contained. The WordPress plugin is just a bonus. It's an add-on. You don't have to use it. If you don't have a WordPress website, it's still super powerful for you just from the point of invoicing, client management, all that kind of stuff. It's still very, very powerful. Oh yeah, this is the last thing. So I'm hoping everybody will watch this that's considering subscribing to the next round or that has currently signed up. As of right now, it only works in US currency. So there are no foreign markets. You cannot be Canadian and use it at the moment. You cannot be out of Europe or Australia or anywhere else. It's only set up for US currencies. Making the transition to other currencies is extremely expensive. So unfortunately, it's just not an option for me right now. Will it be in the future? Absolutely, but we have more pressing things to deal with first, and then that will come later. Okay. What's up, everybody in the chat? Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. If you have it, just to make sure, man, if you do have any questions or issues, you guys use the form. Submit the problems through the form. I did have a question about the Easy Post integration, because apparently a lot of people don't ship. When I was designing the software, it seems like we were just taking more and more jobs that we were shipping to other states, and that was probably a lot to do with the YouTube channel. But because of that, it never occurred to me that some shops don't ship stuff. So I built a system around an address verification platform. And the way it does that is you have to integrate Easy Post, and then Easy Post is actually verifying your client's addresses. So you need to have Easy Post set up to be able to create client accounts. Now, once it's integrated, you don't have to get the client's address from them to create a client account, but it won't even let you create an account until you've integrated Easy Post. Now, I've gotten enough feedback, and there's such a large majority of shops that don't ship anything ever. So I've already got it on the to-do list. We're removing the need to have Easy Post, but for the time being, you need it. But in the next week or two, we'll have it to where you can just turn it off and you don't have to have it. Okay, so I apologize for the inconvenience. This is the kind of stuff I need to hear and I need to learn and figure out. Some people need some things. Some people absolutely can't use it if it doesn't do another thing. So that's what we're working out right now. All right, you guys are the best. You will, Jeff. To me, it's important because when you get clients, if you verify their address, it's like one more verification step. Is less likely to be fraudulent, right? If you're verifying all of these things. And like with credit card processing, if you're verifying their zip code, you're a lot less likely to get hit with a fraudulent charge. Man, I've got hit hard in the past with fraud from just people using stolen credit cards to order t-shirts, and we were liable for the whole thing, which sucked ass. Yeah, man, let's see what else we got in the chat here. Sup. Congratulations on the software. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, we ended up going over. I didn't completely shut it off. It was supposed to be at 50, but I think we ended up, before I was able to actually shut it down, and then because some people couldn't get in, I had to give them a slide. I think we ended up at, I don't know the final count, like 75 or some shit like that. We ended up with a handful more than I was expecting, which is bad. That's not what we wanted right now. Single man print shop. I have to assign it to myself twice. Am I going to have so many emails? So yeah, that's one of those things. You can go into the mail thing and you can turn off the emails that are coming to you. So if you go into mail and then you go into templates, you'll have a list of all of them. You can turn off whichever ones you don't want to receive. So just go through and test it and figure out which ones you want on and which ones you want off. But by default, it sends everything. Like by default, it sends an email to the client for every status change, but you can turn off what status changes you don't want them to get, and you can turn off what emails you want to get. Yeah, sorry, George. I'll do another launch or another release shortly. We needed to make sure not to have too many people on this first go round, mainly because we need to test our server and make sure that it can handle the volume of work, and we need to figure out the cost per user. That's why we did a soft launch. But in the next month or two, possibly, it may be a little longer than that. It could be shorter than that. It just depends on how long it takes. We'll do another round of users, and it's just going to be a slow, steady growth, man. What we don't want is to bring on 1,000 shops all at the same time, and then the whole thing comes crashing down, and then everybody leaves, and everybody hates my guts. No, you do not need WordPress to use the software. The WordPress is a nice bonus, but it is absolutely not necessary. All the WordPress plugin is a portal for your clients to quote and invoice themselves. So if you have a lot of clients that are capable of doing this. You can install it on your front end, and then the clients can invoice themselves. They can also access their account, and they can see current orders, previous orders, and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't install it, you can still set up quotes. You can still email the quotes to the clients. The clients can still see the invoice, approve mockups, all that good stuff without you ever installing it on your WordPress site. Well, you do need, yeah. So because of the I don't know. I haven't decided yet. This first go around, we did require you to have a website, and I do think it was because I wanted to. I wanted to test the plugin for a certain amount of people. But however, we've decided to change that. At this point, I'm saying don't install the WordPress plugin anyway right now, because we need to update that with the changes that we made right before I launched the software. So the plugin hasn't even been updated yet. So I'm just telling everybody to stop. Don't even do that right now. On the next round, if you didn't get in on this one, I won't require a website URL. Another thing too was just to make sure that like competitors and shit weren't signing up. You know what I mean? Because I just want to keep as many eyes from competition off of it as I can for the time being. Not that it's competition, man. This thing is very different, and we're not going after the same. I'm looking for, 5 employees and less. Those are the shops that I want to subscribe to this. I don't want big shops or anything like that. So it's not so much that. I just don't want them seeing under the hood and seeing all the good things, and I definitely don't want them seeing any of the bad things that are happening with it. So I'm just, trying to mitigate who could sign up. What else we got here? Own shirt prices. Yeah, we thought about that, and I've thought about a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, what if people were able to set up their own products and their own prices? But at the end of the day, SNS Activewear is like one of the 3. It's like the top 3 garment suppliers in the U.S. Again, this software is only really working for U.S. customers right now. You can't be in Canada, you can't be in Mexico, you can't be in Europe at the moment. So that's the first thing. But SNS's pricing structure is when you first sign up with them, it's not the highest, but it's like right there. If their core price before you get on their pricing tiers from ordering volume is very competitive, but it's kind of the industry standard. So in my mind, having it set at the base wholesale cost from SNS is the perfect thing. And if we had built this software and it didn't have all of the images and all of the garments and all of that stuff for you to choose from, it would defeat the purpose. Because I don't know if you've signed up with any of the other platforms. Most of them require you to build out every single product. You have to acquire the images and all that stuff, and I just hated doing it. So to me, it was just better to integrate with SNS. Now, I understand that you're going to need to be able to create a couple of custom products, and that's on the build list. But before we do that, what I'm recommending everybody do is just use the SNS for your library, and then just don't order through SNS. You're going to add a markup to their wholesale cost, and if you can get it cheaper somewhere else, you still win. So that's the way I see it. It's the software I just released, Andre. I sent you a contact form. Jason, there were a few people, man. There were some errors in the sign-up form. And for whatever reason, there was just a handful of them. But when people were signing up, it let them create the account, but it didn't actually activate their account because the payment didn't process. So if you didn't get through, if you can't log in, just email me on Tuesday, and I'll make sure that your payment was all set up and all that stuff, and then we'll make sure to get your account activated. So just hit me up later. Hit me up on Tuesday. Thanks, Trevor. That's the way I see it, man. Like, what I'm learning with any kind of software launch is that you're absolutely not going to be able to please everybody. Like, I would say probably 3 out of 10 are going to get in and they're just going to be like, yeah, this ain't going to work for me. But those are still pretty good numbers. I still take offense every time someone says this isn't working right for me. I get butthurt about it, but I'll get over it. I'm a YouTuber. I can handle the dicks and all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Trevor. That's the shit, man. True story. Order form anywhere. but just use SNS pricing. Makes sense. Exactly. You get it. You guys get the idea, man. It's going to work for you. The whole idea is for you to stop having to stress about looking into different suppliers and having all this stuff and having to create all of these fucking products from scratch. Just get in there, get it set up, and you're going to be moving and grooving. And another thing that I did do intentionally was kind of force shops to lock themselves into their pricing. I don't know if that makes sense, but one of the biggest downfalls, especially with new printers, is that they are too freaking flexible with their clients. Their clients come in, they badger them, they beat them to death. This system is set up to where once you set it, you can't really adjust it on the fly. Like you can't have a customer come in and go, "Hey, can you give me $20 off?" You're like, "No. This is our price. This is what you get." And I built it to force printers to do this thing the right way, to have pride in their work, to set their prices and stick to their prices and not give in to clients. I mean, you can even use the excuse that actually, dude, our the people we get the software from, they set the pricing for us. I can't just adjust our pricing on the fly. You can set it up however you want, but it gives you an excuse to get out of it, man. Honestly. Okay, so one more time, I'm just going to reiterate. There's an entirely new setup pack, to be honest with you. The setup pack is on theprintlife.com. Scroll to the footer, go to setup documentation. I have the videos there, and then I also have a little bit more in-depth write-ups, and it's organized a little bit better on how to integrate the software. There are also a bunch of other videos there. So if you just got signed up, if you're just setting up, printlife.com, go to the footer, follow the setup documentation. You'll be in really good shape. Ronnie, I'll get you in on the next pass. Right now, I don't, man. It was my fault. I forgot to set the limit, and everything seemed good. And then I woke up the next day, and we had broke the limit of 50. So I can't bring any more on right now. I just can't. It would be a huge mistake on my part. But just hang in there, dude. It's only going to be a handful of months, 1 or 2 months, and we'll be able to do another round of users. And it'll still probably be another 50 or so, but we'll get you in there. Just keep an eye out on YouTube. I'll be sure to make an announcement when we're opening it back up. But you guys are the best, man. I just wanted to, I'm going to fuck around here in the chat for a little bit. Let's see here. Thanks. Oh, the dog is good. Olive, the dog that I found out there on the bus stop, had a damn kid. So I have Gigi, and then I found another dog, and then she was pregnant when I found her, so now I got puppies running around. No Wednesday, buddy. I just had to set this thing up. I had this software launch, so I needed to notify some people. All right, that's it. This was supposed to be a short video. I wasn't even planning on interacting in the chat, so I'm going to cut this down just to the core info. So one more time before I go, I want to reiterate what I said at the beginning, and then I'll decide which part I want to what part I want to keep on the main on this main post. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start this over like I just went live. I'm gonna do this again. What's going on, everybody? I wanted to thank everybody who got signed up for the Print Life shop management software. If you got a slot, be sure to hang on to it, because it's gonna be a while before you can get back in. I did not fully understand how important it would be to have a support channel, so I finally set one up. If you are having issues, if there's any bugs, if there's any kind of glitches or anything like that, go to theprintlife.com. You'll see on the main menu a place where you can submit like a bug report or something like that. Just click that, fill out the form, submit the bugs. That way I have all of this input coming in one centralized place. As it stands right now, man, I've been bouncing through like however many social media accounts trying to keep up with the comments and stuff. It's unmanageable. So please submit your bugs through theprintlife.com. I've also set up some new documentation. If you go to theprintlife.com, scroll down to the footer, you'll see a link, set up documentation. Click that. That has all the information you need to get Easy Post, Stripe, to how to set up your APIs, how to set up your email, all that kind of stuff. So it's very important that you use that documentation on the website. The one that you got in the original email is dated. It was for like the early beta testers. So just skip that, go to the website and get that from there. As far as the WordPress plugin, you do not have to have the WordPress plugin installed to use this software. You can still email the public URL to your clients. They can approve mockups from there. That's all good. And as a matter of fact, we made some changes to the software that we didn't update on the current WordPress plugin build. So I'm actually advising that nobody install the WordPress plugin yet. We need a couple of weeks to get that thing updated. We also need a couple of weeks just to make sure we work out the primary bugs in the dashboard or anything that I didn't know was an issue but that other people tell me are an issue. And we're going to need a couple of weeks to sort that out. So wait to install the plugin for now. We'll get it updated and you can install it later. What else? The system does not work outside of the US. We don't have any other currencies installed, unfortunately. I should have mentioned this in the original launch video, but I have a lot of viewers from Canada and Australia and the UK, and so it just didn't cross my mind, honestly. But it doesn't work. It's not going to work if you're in Canada. So if you did sign up and you're outside the US, we're going to have to cancel your account because I can't even tell you when we're going to be able to add all the different currencies. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into being like a worldwide platform, and we're just not ready for that yet. So if you are outside of the US, let me know. We'll have to cancel your account for you. I apologize. It's just the way it's going to have to go. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else, man. I saw some stuff here in the chat. Oh yeah, and I guess I just wanted to mention this. You need for you to be able to create client accounts and for you to be able to really use the software. At this moment, you have to integrate the EasyPost API. You have to do it. You're not going to be able to use the software if you haven't done it. The reason I built it this way was because I felt like it was important to verify addresses, but that's important to me because I ship a lot of our print orders. It didn't occur to me at the time that a lot of smaller shops may not ever ship anything, in which case they do not need the ability to like print out shipping labels and stuff like that. So I made it mandatory, but it's on my worksheet. You're not going to have to integrate EasyPost. We're going to make it to where you can turn that off, and then you'll be able to create client accounts without it. But if you're eager to start using it like yesterday, then you need to sign up with EasyPost. What else was there? Saved quote. The system as far as how to use it, man, I'm actually letting people work through that and kind of figure it out for themselves. And then if they have questions, they can hit me up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for signing up. I'm super excited just to have this goddamn thing out there at this point. It's a relief to have it out there. Now, there's going to be a learning curve, both for you guys using the software and for me learning how to manage this whole thing, the customer support and all that stuff. So don't be an asshole, take it easy and we'll get this thing worked out together. But thank you so much for subscribing to it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the best system. We just need a little bit of time to work it out. And if you're going through it and you're just feeling overwhelmed, or if you're having issues inputting stuff, just report it to me on theprintlife.com. Let me know it's there. We're going to get it fixed. The next 2 weeks are dedicated exclusively to fixing bugs. That's all we're going to be doing. So it is a huge priority to me. I want this thing to buzz along like just like an optimized race car. So it's very, very important to me. So don't give up on it if there's one little bug holding you back from getting it set up. It will be fixed. You guys rule. See ya. Okay, guys, that's the clip I'm going to put into the thing. Let's see here. Can you get no. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys are the best, man. Thank you guys so much for signing up. Thanks for coming into the chat. We'll talk to you guys later.